Hey guys, Lori Johnson here today with you, hoping to inspire you to be creative this December by sharing with you in the first of a couple of videos. This first one is my 2015 December daily. Now I've shared my 2014 December daily in a different video, but this one was very different. I finished it in May last year, which was much better than finishing it on November 1st as I did the other year. So it went more quickly, and I did not do the cover yet. That's the only thing that I have not done, but I used obviously a 6x8. I think this was a Heidi Swapp, or We Are Memory? I can't remember. I honestly don't recall. I need to start making notes about these things. But anyway, use the 6x6 pocket page format this time. So here we go. So I started out by listing my reasons why this matters to us, to me, maybe hopefully to my ancestors. I used a photo that was actually taken in November of our trip to Disney World. We wanted to travel for the last showing of the Osborne Family Lights at Hollywood Studios. I hear there's talk that they may show them again at another location, but this was a photo of one of the displays, the light displays in in downtown. In the old sort of movie section, sets section of Hollywood Studios. And then this was a cup of tea, a cup that I got while we were in Disney World, and I just wanted to kind of share the sentiment on my tea as well as that cup because it was new. I realized that doing this in a 6x8 pocket page format means that there will be some glare on our video, and I apologize. These are some freckled fawn stars that I incorporated in a couple of places, and this was a homemade flare that I made using a paper collection that I had in my stash. My desk is a little messy, so I moved things so I could do this. Day 2 was a book that I was reading with my cat, who often reads with me, and sort of a take it easy day that we had, and we started putting up one of the trees. If you remember from my previous December daily, we put up quite a lot of trees, and that was tree number 1 for this year. Day 3, we started getting some Amazon shipments in that we were purchasing for Christmas gifts, and my dogs were getting lost in the boxes. This was a tag I got. I clearly remember this was a tag I got from Target, and they were all shimmery and shiny. And this was an old chipboard number that I had. I just embossed it with some silver embossing powder. Day 4, we put up the tree in the bedroom, what I call the romantic white tree, which we may be changing up this year a little bit. So that is my old world Santa. This is one of the little ornaments that are on this white tree. And then just this was a Heidi Swapp Christmas mini kit, Project Life mini kit that I used. And so I loved that. And I think these also were a bundle in Michael's a couple of years ago. I have tons of them. I'm still using them every year. And this was a 2-day spread because the tree was a bit of an extensive decorating experience. There's another glimpse of how the tree looks up close. And then what we were doing kind of that day. And I used my fuse tool to do a little scatter page or whatever you call those. Day 4 was my granddaughter's Christmas parade. She dances with a company. So I used some glitter stars this time and talked about her Christmas parade. And then, of course, this went through their holiday tree gala, which we always look forward to. This particular year, as always, everything was on the same day. I'm going to put a link in the comments below what collection this is, but it was a paper pad that I got at Michael's. This was this was on a tag for Christmas, a gift last year, so I just kept it. This was one of the library tree gala trees that I loved, and this was our picture with Santa at the library. So we were able to do the Gaucher parade and the Santa visit at the library, but that was about it. This was my quilt for my Quilters Guild mini. They have a challenge every year for our Christmas party, and I called it my disaster quilt instead of my challenge quilt. And so I wrote down the things that I wish I hadn't done, one of which was that you couldn't choose the fabric. So I want you to be aware that I would have never chosen those combinations of fabric if I had the opportunity, but that was what that looked like. And this was our little pine cone table display. I have paint under my fingers, so my fingernail looks horrendous. Sorry. Christmas display on our table. This was a card I got from one of my mom's friends. She's a card maker, so I included that in there as well. Day 7, another of the mini kit, as well as my pocket letter that I received from Danielle in England, which was so lovely, and then a little journaling on my favorite childhood December memories, because I don't often think of those. Ironically, I'll tell you why this is important either in this video or in another video. My annual trip to Starbucks to get my red cup and my peppermint mocha, and my favorite thing is to get the little gift cards that are shaped like a cup, and so I got that on day 8, always good. Day 9, I had an event for work, so I had to travel a little bit. Again, the glare. Because I was wearing purple, it was a bit of a challenge to get the purple and the red and everything to match, and it didn't really, but most of my photos were reds and maroons, and so I had to kind of just say, okay, let me pop a little purple in there to go with my outfit, which then later looked good. Looked like it was more blue, but nah, what are you gonna do? So then day, let's see, this is day 10. Sorry, I just was losing my train here. This was the quilters party. There was my quilt along with a couple of the other nicer looking quilts. People got better fabric than I did, obviously, but that's just how that happens. And then one of our porch trees, that was a new addition for us last year. We added 2 more trees, which I can't imagine why. And what I was kind of working on at that point, pocket letters and shopping and tree decorating. Our little cousin's first Christmas card, and then her other cousins, their Christmas card as well. Adorable. Day 11, some more of those mini kit cards. We saw the harbor all decorated, and our friend's birthday. She turned 40, I think. So we were able to celebrate with her. That's an old Stampin' Up stamp, by the way. Oh, and this is a flip up card. This was her cake and a selfie of us together. Here's the living room tree. We did not finish decorating it until this day, and the 2 porch trees that were bookends to our porch furniture. This was a napkin I got for second Saturday at one of the places that we visited, and I just loved it, so I put it on a mini kind of a layout, and that was a photo from that second Saturday event as well. Some of the businesses in our community, this lady puts up pink poodles decorated for Christmas, and so we always love to see those. This was the same place where I got the napkin. I also purchased this on a canvas. This is our friend who worked there, and this was our second Saturday journaling with a little sign about, this was a sign from one of the restaurants that I just thought it was cute. Wouldn't we all choose booze and fun over real life some days? Day 13, we got a Christmas card from our nephew and niece and their daughter. They had gone to Disney World for Christmas, so they gave us that. And then my pocket letter swap for Danielle went out. And here is the card we got from the niece and nephew that had the Disney photo inside. Then this is last year's December daily. And so I talked about how it just made my heart happy that my partner had put it out for display on our table, which was meant to me that it was important to her as well. This was a meal that we had that day, and just, I think that was just a piece of paper that I cut out. I don't think that was a pocket. It was not. It was just a strip of paper I cut. I found some Stalin at my favorite bookstore that also has a coffee shop, so it reminded me of childhood and my German heritage. This was a chipboard embellishment from this, I think it was called Sleigh Ride chipboard sheet from, I think, crepe paper. And these are my toe socks that I was wearing. My dog was happy with them, I guess, hoping I'd take them off probably. A gift exchange with a friend. I got this great Norwegian troll, which is another part of my heritage. He was sitting by a tree that reminds me of Norway and Sweden and Germany. However, he later was eaten by our Cocker Spaniel Agnes, so that made me unhappy. But now I have a picture of him to remember always. This was our bark box for the month of December, which always delights all of us. Day 17, had to take my daughter to the airport again to visit her dad. Here's another close-up of our table decor that comes in that box. It's challenging for Agnes. She wants to eat that too. I went to Ulta and bought a ton of nail polish and journaled. This I had gotten when we went to Disney World in November, and I loved it so much that I included it here. I'm a big Star Wars fan, and you'll see in a minute. But I don't wear those pins when I go to Disney World. I don't trade or exchange, and so I just put it in my album so I'd have it forever. And then the 18th was the happiest day because we got to go see Star Wars, which was really, I can't even tell you. And I show a picture of our yarn tree, which is the one that usually sits on my desk, and it's very simple. I don't have to decorate it, and I just love it. But I was so excited, and we loved it, and that was a great day. Here is the photo of our Christmas card this was my prototype that I finally created and then began to make those. That was a Tim Holtz stamp and die set that I got a while ago, and I just watercolored using metallic watercolors. I watercolored that, distressed it with some Tim Holtz ink, and so that was the prototype. Here's some of the Christmas cards that I'm beginning to address. Those are actually our charitable gifts that we sent out. So I was going to say, I didn't use those envelopes for those cards, but those are the ones we get in the mail from various charities, and then we return them back to other charities with our gifts. Chicken and waffles. This was like the best day for food. We went to Chicken and Waffles. Then we went to a place in New Orleans called, what is it called? Atomic Burgers. Yeah, here we go. Atomic Burgers. That's their menu. And they make these shakes using this cold press. I don't know how they do it. They use nitrogen, I think. Yeah, I think it's nitrogen. Nitrogen-based shake machine. It's fantastic if you're ever in New Orleans. It's not in the quarter. It's out in town. Then we wrapped. This was cut apart from one of the collections I've had. So I just journaled around that tree. And I wrapped my son's annual Starbucks card in a Frappuccino cup that one of the baristas was kind enough to give me. And so he will probably know what that is. But I try to wrap those in a creative way so that he won't necessarily just have a card laying under the tree. And this was a tag I got at Target a while ago. It's like a canvas tag, and so I just loved it and distressed it a little bit and added that there. This was the same day Agnes and I went to Lowe's. She couldn't chew anything up there. We made cookies, and this was another part of a card we got from somebody in the mail. So this is oh no, I'm sorry, this was not the same day. So this is journaling. That's a flip. Day 22. Pulled out the holiday teas. The cookies are for a holiday party with family. Sorry guys, I'm trying to film this by holding this camera, and that's not always the best way to do this. I loved this little card. I was able to use a cutoff of a Christmas card I got, another little embellishment that I had a long time ago, tried to put it on a piece of paper that looked like, to me, that looked like wallpaper, and just loved it. And then this was our family Christmas. It was at our house this year, and then I was just delighted by the fact that the Hallmark Channel does a Yule log all day long. So that was fun. Here's some more Christmas photos. This one flips up as well. So there's more pictures of the little ones and the bigger ones opening their gifts. That was my gift we exchanged names. So that was my gift from niece Shelby. Here's day 24, Christmas Eve. We were reading and watching TV and movies and doing different things together. Christmas Day, our tradition is always to go to the movies. So I journaled about that. And this year we went to see the movie Joy, which was okay. Wasn't one of my favorites. And then the 25th, these photos were not taken on the 25th, but we did our Christmas way late this year because of working schedules. This is my daughter-in-law, who's so beautiful and funny and does the best selfies, and that's Winifred, one of our other dogs. And then this is the whole group of us. We do crackers as well from various stores that sell them, the British tradition of holiday crackers. So we all had a cracker, so a lot of us had our hats on. There's Agnes, the chewy Agnes. And then these are just some of the small things. My granddaughter always wants to show me her Christmas gifts. This was our weather. This was just a motivational thing that I found. Let's see, this was, we stopped after the movie and we got some sweets from a local shop in one of the casinos, which we don't often go to, so that was fun. This was a tag I got at Barnes & Noble at some point, and I just liked the way that it looked. And then this is when we actually did have our Christmas. These are pictures from our Christmas day or Christmas time together. My sister gave us a puzzle years ago that she had written on, and I found it when I was going through some stuff, and we put it together to all of us that night before the kids all left, and cried a little because we miss her so much, but we'll have that forever. Eating food, another tag from Barnes & Noble. Candace licking the whipped cream off of her hot chocolate. I got a Clark Griswold, what do you call those? Pop icon heads. These were some of our cookies that were cooling, and the crackers. We had jokes in our quackers. So this was one of our cracker jokes. So that is my December daily. And as I said, it was a combination of a lot of different kits. I don't know that I loved the pocket page style of scrapbooking my December daily. I'm preparing now for my December daily this year, and I'm just really trying to make a decision within the next day or so about what I'm going to do, because I want kind of a hybrid of pocket and the way I did it the first year, which again, there's a video, I'll link it below, but I just cannot decide. I have a ton of pocket pages, but I also love the idea of just doing mini layouts, 6x8, or the first year mine were closer to about 8x10. I want to use some big photos that cover the whole page this year. I want it to be, some days I want it to be clean, some days I want it to be distressed and busy and full of stuff like this, but as soon as I decide, I'll decide, and I'm going to give myself some space to do that. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to hear about your December daily. If you have a video, please put it in the link in the comments below. If you need more information about December Daily, go to Allie Edwards' page. She created December Daily. She does a great job of explaining it and has some wonderful inspiration there. But there's a lot of people that share their December dailies, and I am not the only one. So feel free to just put December Daily in the YouTube search if you haven't already, and you will find a plethora of designs and inspiration and suggestions about how to do it. I'm just adding mine, and I hope that they encouraged you and supported you today. So, happy holidays, happy December, happy Turkey Day, because that's coming up soonest, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.